Do you know that arthritis affects more than 350 million people worldwide? That's more than the population of the United States. Arthritis is a condition that causes inflammation and pain in the joints, and it can affect anyone, regardless of age, gender, or ethnicity. But what if I told you that what you eat can make a big difference in how you feel? Yes, you heard me right. Your diet plays a vital role in your arthritis symptoms, and some foods can actually make them significantly worse. In fact, there are 10 foods that you should avoid at all costs if you have arthritis, because they can trigger inflammation, increase pain, and damage your joints. In this video, we're going to reveal these 10 foods and explain why they are bad for you. We'll also give you some tips on what to eat instead, so you can enjoy a healthier and happier life with arthritis. So, without further ado, let's get started. Number 1. Red meat. Red meat is one of the worst foods for arthritis because it is very high in saturated fat, which can increase inflammation and worsen your symptoms. Red meat also contains a type of protein called purin, which can raise the levels of uric acid in your blood, leading to gout, which is a form of inflammatory arthritis. One study from 2014 found that people who ate red meat more than twice a week had a 22% higher risk of developing rheumatoid arthritis, compared to those who ate it less than once a week. Another study from 2017 found that people who ate red meat had higher levels of inflammatory markers in their blood, such as C-reactive protein and interleukin 6, than those who ate poultry, fish, or plant-based protein. So, if you have arthritis, you should limit your intake of red meat and opt for leaner and healthier sources of protein, such as chicken, fish, beans, nuts, and seeds. Number 2. Sugar. Sugar is another food that can aggravate your arthritis because it can spike your blood sugar levels, which can trigger an inflammatory response in your body. Sugar can also increase the production of advanced glycation end products, which are harmful compounds that can damage your tissues and organs and activate your immune system, causing more inflammation and pain. One study from 2020 found that women who drank regular sugar-sweetened soda had a 63% higher risk of developing rheumatoid arthritis compared to those who did not drink soda. Another study from 2018 found that people who consumed more sugar had more severe symptoms of knee osteoarthritis, such as pain, stiffness, and functional limitations. So, if you have arthritis, try to avoid or limit foods and drinks that contain added sugar, such as cakes, cookies, candy, soda, juice, and alcohol. Number 3. Dairy products. Do you love dairy products like milk, cheese, and yogurt? If you do, you might want to think twice before consuming them, especially if you have arthritis. Dairy products contain a type of protein called casein, which can trigger an immune response in some people. This can lead to increased inflammation in the body, which can aggravate arthritis symptoms. Dairy products can also increase the production of mucus in your body, which can worsen your congestion and inflammation. One study from 2015 found that people who consumed more than 2 servings of dairy per day had a 13% higher risk of developing rheumatoid arthritis compared to those who consumed less than 1 serving per day. So, if you have arthritis, you should avoid or limit dairy products such as milk, cheese, yogurt, and ice cream. Before we continue, if you have been enjoying the video so far, hit the like button and don't forget to subscribe and hit the bell icon so you don't miss more videos like this. Number 4. Salt. Salt is a major source of sodium, which is an essential mineral for your body. But too much sodium can cause problems, such as raising your blood pressure and increasing inflammation. Inflammation is the main culprit behind arthritis pain and stiffness, so you don't want to add more fuel to the fire. So, how much salt is too much? According to the Arthritis Foundation, people with arthritis should limit their salt intake to less than 1,500 milligrams per day. That's about half a teaspoon of salt. But most Americans eat more than twice that amount, mostly from processed and restaurant foods. In a study on over 90,000 women for 20 years, Researchers found that women who consumed more than 2,300 milligrams of sodium per day had a 26% higher risk of developing rheumatoid arthritis than women who consumed less than 1,000 milligrams per day. So, what can you do to reduce your salt intake and ease your arthritis pain? Well, try to choose low sodium or sodium-free products. Rinse canned foods to wash off some of the salt. Finally, use herbs, spices, lemon juice, or vinegar to flavor your food instead of salt. Number 5. Nightshade vegetables. Nightshade vegetables are a group of plants that include tomatoes, potatoes, peppers, eggplant, and more. They contain a chemical called solanine, which some people believe can trigger inflammation and pain in the joints by interfering with the enzymes that regulate your nerve function and inflammation. However, there is not enough scientific evidence to support this claim, and some studies have even found that nightshade vegetables can have anti-inflammatory and antioxidant effects. One study from 2011 found that people who ate more tomatoes had a lower risk of developing rheumatoid arthritis compared to those who ate less tomatoes. So, what should you do? Well, it depends. Some people may be sensitive to solanine and experience adverse reactions after eating nightshade vegetables. Others may not notice any difference or even feel better. The best way to find out is to stop eating nightshade vegetables for 2 weeks and then reintroduce them one by one while monitoring your symptoms. Number 6. Gluten. Gluten is a protein found in wheat, barley, rye, and some other grains. It gives dough its elasticity and makes baked goods chewy and delicious. But for some people, gluten can cause problems for people who have celiac disease or gluten sensitivity. In gluten sensitivity, gluten causes inflammation in various organs and tissues, including the joints. A study by researchers at the University of Naples found that people with celiac disease were 4 times more likely to have early signs of arthritis in the lower limbs than the general public. However, they also found that following a gluten-free diet reduced the risk of arthritis compared to those who were newly diagnosed. So, if you have arthritis, especially inflammatory arthritis, you may benefit from avoiding gluten or reducing your intake. Number 7. Alcohol. Do you enjoy a drink or two after a long day? Well, that's bad news for your arthritis symptoms. First of all, alcohol is a source of purine, which is a substance that forms uric acid when it is broken down in the body. Uric acid can build up in your joints and cause gout. Other than that, alcohol can also interact with some of the medications that are used to treat arthritis. For example, one study showed that people who took methotrexate and drank more than 14 units of alcohol per week had a higher risk of liver toxicity than those who drank less. Some studies suggest that moderate alcohol consumption can reduce inflammation and lower the risk of developing rheumatoid arthritis. However, other studies show that alcohol can increase inflammation and worsen the symptoms of rheumatoid arthritis. So, the effect of alcohol will vary from person to person. However, the negative effects seem to outweigh the positive ones, especially if you drink more than the recommended limits. Number 8. Refined carbs. Refined carbs are foods that are made from processed grains, such as white bread, white rice, pasta, and cereals. This type of carbs produce a state of inflammation in the body, causing increases in cytokines and other pro-inflammatory compounds, which makes arthritis worse. In fact, researchers from the University of Oxford found that a low-carb diet improved rheumatoid arthritis symptoms and reduced inflammation markers in 56 participants compared to a control diet after 6 weeks. The low-carb group also lost more weight and had better blood sugar control than the control group. So, if you have arthritis, you may want to consider cutting down on refined carbs and replacing them with more whole grains, fruits, vegetables, and healthy fats. Number 9. Fried foods. Fried foods are full of saturated fats, which can trigger the production of compounds called advanced glycation end products in your body. These end products are harmful molecules that can accumulate and cause inflammation in your tissues and joints. In a study of 350 participants, the researchers measured the levels of inflammatory markers in the blood of the participants, such as C-reactive protein and interleukin 6, before and after they followed a diet that limited fried and processed foods for 6 weeks. They found that the levels of C-reactive protein and interleukin 6 decreased by 34% and 40%, respectively, after the diet. That's a significant improvement. So, if you have arthritis, try to avoid or limit fried foods, such as French fries, chicken nuggets, donuts, and chips. Number 10. Processed foods. Do you love eating fast food, breakfast cereal, or baked goods? If you do, you might want to think twice before reaching for another bite. These foods are examples of processed foods, which are foods that have been altered from their natural state. These foods are often high in refined grains, added sugar, preservatives, and other ingredients that can trigger inflammation in your body. According to a study by researchers from the University of Oxford on 200,000 people, they found that for every 10% increase in the proportion of ultra-processed foods in the diet, the risk of rheumatoid arthritis increased by 13%. So try to limit your intake of processed foods and eat more whole foods that are rich in nutrients and antioxidants. This way, you can reduce inflammation and improve your joint health. So, these are the worst 10 foods for arthritis and joint pain according to studies. By avoiding or limiting these foods, you can reduce your inflammation and improve your quality of life. Of course, this does not mean that you have to give up all your favorite foods or follow a strict diet. You can still enjoy a balanced and varied diet that includes plenty of fruits, vegetables, whole grains, nuts, seeds, and healthy fats, such as olive oil, avocado, and fish. These foods can provide anti-inflammatory and antioxidant benefits and support your overall health and well-being. You should also consult with your doctor or a registered dietitian for more personalized advice on what to eat and what to avoid for your specific condition. Now, we want to hear from you. Do you eat some of these foods regularly? Do they actually worsen your symptoms? Share with us your experiences and opinions in the comments below. We love to hear them. Thanks for watching.